Shelley Hofberg is a clairvoyant, medium, pet psychic, and tarot reader. She does not ask for the details about your life, but primarily relies on her gift of clairvoyance to receive the psychic insights that will be the most helpful to you about your soulmate, relationships, money concerns, and your career path. As a pet psychic, she will receive insights about what your pet or pets wants you to know. As a medium, she will connect with your loved ones on the other side. Shelley Hofberg is the host of the Psychic Horizon radio show, produced by Goldilocks Productions and presented on Blog Talk Radio, Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Shelley brings together the pioneers and visionary teachers to share with you some of the most enlightening knowledge that is out there today to expand your horizons and open the paths to higher consciousness.
Welcome to the Psychic Horizon Show. I'm your host, Psychic Shelley Hofberg, and today's special guest is Bob Stahl. He's an angel card reader, and he's going to be doing angel card readings for you and talking about angel cards. And before I bring on Bob Stahl, I just want to make some quick announcements that on June 8th, I'm having psychic numerologist Jeremy Ryden as my guest. He's the author of Your Soul Story, How to Create the Life You Always Wanted, and The Great Method, Your Intuitive Destiny Guide. And on June 15th, I'm having Brian Rawls. He's the host of the Magical Journey radio show that comes on Blog Talk Radio, produced by Goldilocks Production, Wednesdays at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And on June 22nd, I'm having J.D. Room Reader, J.D. Frost. And on June 29th, I'm having Cynthia Starr. She's going to talk about soul healing. And on June 10th, I'll be at the Learning Light Foundation in Anaheim Psychic Fair from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And on June 24th, I'll be at the School of Multidimensional Healing and Science in Irvine Psychic Fair from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm now ready to bring on my guest, Bob Stahl. Hello, Bob.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. And can you tell the callers a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I go by Bob the Psychic. That's my website. I'm an angel card, tarot card reader, medium, channel, and just overall psychic here in the North Scottsdale, Arizona area. I do readings over the phone or via the internet, however people need to receive the message. I've been doing this for about 8 years. What else would you like to know? What else can I help you with? And my favorite clients, I guess, are usually I talk to women ages 20 to 50ish, and my most asked question is usually about relationships. Usually that's what everybody wants to know about.
Yes, people want to know about love. And
right, correct.
What guided you to angel cards, Bob?
Well, when I first was, I found out that I had the gift from actually another psychic that I went to here in town about 8 years ago, who said to me in passing, hey, you should be doing this. And I didn't believe it, but I thought, well, we'll see what happens. I'll just put it in the back of my head. And I went to another event later that week where all of the people there were talking about learning how to read angel and tarot cards. And so I went online and I looked up, learning how to read angel cards, and I found Doreen Virtue's website, and she teaches people how to do that, and you can become a certified angel card reader. So that was the first class that I took, and I've always been attracted to them ever since. The angel cards give a gentler message, I want to say, than the tarot cards per se. So for a lot of people, if it's their first time meeting a psychic, they kind of they seem to be attracted to the angel cards. And sometimes for people, when I do events where there are younger people, less than 18 years old. I sometimes use, if they really want a reading, I will use angel cards on them because the message is kinder, I want to say, or it's not, it wouldn't be as harsh. So that's really what I'm attracted to. And I also feel like that they, when I use them, I do hear the guides and angels around me speaking. So it's just a way for me to help connect more and be more open to the messages.
That's good. So you're able to connect your guides for the angel cards?
Yes, I'm very intuitive. So like when I draw for people, and they don't have to be in front of me, like I said, I do it over the phone or I do it on Facebook, I don't know, I just get the message that they need to hear and I say it to them. So it is a very intuitive thing for me.
Awesome. And Bob, let's take our first caller, which is Kathy, area code 443. Okay. Hello, Kathy.
Hi, how are you today?
Hi. I'm fine.
Good.
How are you, Kathy?
Not too bad. So I think I'll ask about career today.
Okay. Well, I got 3 cards already that popped out for you. And just to let you know how I do this, so I hold the cards in my left hand, and with my right hand, I feel the ones that don't fit. So as soon as she said your name and I just asked for a message, these are the ones I got. I want to say in terms of your career, I do feel like there is a shift coming and that there's going to be one, but I want to say this shift is part of the answered prayer around you and that you did set an intention to have something more powerful or more, I don't know if powerful is the right word, but definitely that is more fulfilling. And I feel like because of that, Archangel Michael, I got that card, is around you, giving you the power to make the decision and help you shift into the new career. And I want to say it's going to give you a great sense of serenity when you're done. I also want to say it feels to me like this change or shift is probably coming within the next 3 weeks or so. So it's definitely around you. Let me ask you this. Have you been interviewing, and are there like 3 choices?
No, but I've been asking to like retire and start a new spiritual career.
Okay. I definitely get that that's on the horizon, so this does seem to make sense to me. But I want to also say if it comes to a point where you have choices about what you're going to do, I feel like the third choice is the one that is going to be the most fulfilling for you, if that makes sense. And the other card that just popped out for me is about meditation. So I want to say continue doing the work that you're doing because I do believe that the guides around you are hearing it, and I do feel like you are going to be retiring. Well, now that I know that little piece, I want to say definitely by the end of the year. It may be in November. It may not be right as soon as I said. It may be in November, but it's definitely coming this year, probably November.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I feel, Kathy, that you're going to do well with your spiritual career. I see you doing psychic readings and healings both, being a healer and psychic. And there's some course of study that you're going to embark on. You're going to be taking some classes pertaining to psychic development and healing or tarot cards, a tarot card class. And I feel that you'll find out about the classes on the internet, that you'll do a search on the internet and find the right teachers for you. And it may be through a metaphysical center in your area that you live, the state that you live, maybe about 2 or 3 towns over, a metaphysical store. So I see you, starting your spiritual career and getting certified, getting certification from the classes that you're taking, both the psychic and healing classes. And it looks like that as soon as June, July is when you're going to start taking the classes and preparing for your new career. I agree with Bob, it may not be until November until you retire, but you'll be taking classes and preparing, and you may even start doing it before you retire. You may be doing it as a side business before you retire and kind of getting your foot in the door and getting established and getting some clients before you retire so that when you retire, your business is already set up and ready to go. So that's what I feel that's going to be happening. And Bob, how can Kathy get in contact with you?
Oh, that's easy, Kathy. You can go to my website. It's bobthepsychic.com, or you're welcome to call me, and my number is 602-325-3101. But probably the easiest way is on my website, bobthepsychic.com. I'm also on Facebook, too, if you're there. Also, it's facebook.com/bobthepsychic.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
You could get a hold of me, Kathy, at 818-744-5241, or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show, Kathy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're now going to continue our interview with Bob Stock, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 908. What did you learn from Doreen Virtue, Bob?
From Doreen, I learned about listening to your intuition and realizing that hearing that first voice, like when I would look at the card and it was the first thing you got, that truly was spirit, divine intervention or divine messages coming. One of the things I found at the very beginning when I started doing this is like I would get the message, and then you're kind of, since you're not, I wasn't very confident in it, I would like start questioning it. So like the second and the third voice would be like, well, I don't know if that's right, and you kind of go through that whole fear-based thought process, and I feel like that Doreen helped break that for me and definitely opened me up to what's going on now. I am a much better reader now, much more intuitive than I was, say, 7 years ago when I started. So for the last person we spoke with, I would just say, be gentle with yourself, and it's okay. It's a learning process. You'll take the classes, and then you'll start putting it into action. And as you do that, you'll also get your own spin on it, because I know I read differently than other people, and everyone has their own way of doing it, and that's just kind of one of the great things about it. But basically from Doreen, I learned about really listening to your intuition.
That's great. Yeah, Doreen Virtue is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Well, let's take our next caller, Bob, which is area code 908. Hello, 908.
Hi, good afternoon, Bob. Hi, Shelley. This is Caroline.
Hello,
Hi,
Caroline.
How can I help you?
Well, it's funny we're talking about cards today. I'm creating a new concept for actually angel cards. Totally different.
Okay.
Let's just say a little different. And I'm I invited for this collaboration an artist and another friend of mine. And I'd like to know, what do you see for this collaboration? Because there was a little issue. It kind of took over monopolized my little creation and just went at it. And I had to address it actually this morning, that I'm part of this collaboration. Why am I left out? So I'd like to know, what do you see for it, and if it's going to be very successful, which I think it will be. I know. I feel it.
Yeah, I do feel like within the next few months it is going to be very successful. And I want to say the collaboration is supposed to continue. It's not supposed to stop. I want to recognize you. I got a couple cards about that, and seeing the signs about this, the collaboration and trouble there. I feel like that one of the messages I'm getting is that you need to get more information about the other person and where they're coming from and what it is they truly expect about this partnership. I want to say they felt like they feel more, controlling than you, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I feel like they feel like they need to be running the show, so they have the confidence that it's going to go somewhere. I do feel like that you're the one, though, who truly is like the passion and the white light and the drive behind it, and that you are to continue. But I would have another discussion with that other person about where they're coming from. And I feel like after you get the answer, the most important card that just popped up to me says surrender and release. So it's about, okay, we're going to deal with this now, and then we're going to let it go, and we're going to start working on the project, and allow the process to go the way that it is supposed to. Because I definitely get that this is going to be a very profitable venture. I do feel like I see you selling it, I want to say like on Hay House or Amazon or somewhere on the internet, but also in some stores in your area. It does feel like to me that's probably how it's going to get started, and then there's going to be word of mouth after that.
Wow. It's different. It's beautiful. Thank you
But I feel
so
like,
much.
the stars, yeah, my pleasure. I want to say one more thing. So the stars, the sky's the limit, rather, in terms of angel cards. I have several decks that I use, and they all look different in the same way. So it's just whatever message works for you. And people will some people will go, oh, wow, that's way cool, or it's too cool, or it's too far out. But there will be a group that will be very attracted to it and use it as their, I want to say, go-to deck. So just don't be surprised when that happens. I do feel like that's coming towards the end of 2018.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're so much. You're very welcome. My pleasure.
Carolyn, have you heard of U.S. Games?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes,
because I think that you should. I think that you should. Once you get the cards designed, go to U.S. Games because they're the largest distributor of cards, Oracle cards and tarot cards and angel cards. They're a large distributor. And so I feel that you could get your cards distributed by U.S. Games, and it would give you, you would be nationwide, and it would give you more. It would give you more visibility.
Yeah, I love that. You know why? It's made in America as well. Versus, I was going to go to China because Hay House goes to China, and I know where they go because I was going to contact them. But I want it to be here in the U.S., made in America. I love that because we need to help the economy, So thank you. I love that. Oh, my God. You both made my day.
U.S. Games. And I feel that
You're welcome.
Need to have, that you need to, I agree with Bob that you need to sit down and talk to your business partners and have an agreement. Everybody needs to know what the role is in producing these cards, and everybody needs to stay within their boundaries and know what their role is in producing the cards. And so I feel that you need to talk to them. It does look like, I agree with Bob, that the cards are going to get produced, and I agree with Bob that they're going to be very successful, very successful cards and very popular. It's a beautiful deck that's very colorful with nice artwork. You have a fantastic artist, to do the artwork, and the cards will look great. So I do agree with that. And Bob, how can Carolyn get in contact with you?
Thank you.
Carolyn, you're welcome to look me up on the internet. It's the easiest way. My website is bobthepsychic.com. My Facebook page is the same. It's facebook.com/bobthepsychic. And my telephone number is 602-325-3101. But by far the easiest way is on the website. There's a place to book there. Or if you want to send me an email, you can send it to bob@bobthepsychic.com.
Easy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you for calling, Carolyn.
Thank you, Shelley.
And we're now going to continue our interview with Bob Stahl, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 650. What makes angel cards different from tarot or oracle cards, Bob?
Oracle cards. Okay, well, I kind of touched on it before. The angel cards are more of I want to say, a direct message from Spirit. Their message is kind, and I feel like in some cases their message is more specific in terms of feelings and about love and about, though I don't even know how to describe that. The tarot deck is more of, it's about, I want to say, other topics besides just love and relationships. And I feel like sometimes those words, like I said earlier, people find that to be a little more harsh as compared to this. The oracle cards, those are more about the journey you're on and specific steps you're going to be taking moving forward. I feel like that's what my oracle decks give me. The angel card decks, just the plain ones like we're doing now, tend to answer questions like we're doing in this case. They tend to talk about where you are in your life right now and point things out and give you an idea of the direction, but not as much as the oracle cards. So like I said, I like to use angel cards for people who are new to this. The other thing about angel cards that I really like, especially the deck that I use, and the one that I use is called Healing with the Angels. is because there's not only a picture on it, but there's also a sentence or a word. So the client, the person sitting across from me, can see the word, kind of understand where I'm coming from, and then intuitively I just go deeper and give them more and more specifics about their life and their personal situation.
Awesome. And let's take our next caller, Bob, which is area code 650. Hello, 650.
Hello. Thank you for taking my call.
My pleasure. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So,
and who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
My name is Miranda.
Veranda? Hello, Veranda.
Yes. Hi. So my question is regarding career. I'm trying to get back into the workforce, and after a long break, and it's in the counseling field, and I probably have like 2 possible opportunities available to me, and I was just trying to pick up which would be better for me.
Okay. Well, the first thing is let me just pop out a couple other cards here. Hold on. Let me just see what this one says. All right. So the first thing that the angels are telling me during this process and during moving forward in terms of when you're getting back in to the workforce, I want to say make sure you take care of your body and make sure that you do honor yourself and recognize the hard work you've done in getting back in. And also in terms of retreat, that suggests to me that when you're in it, make sure you take time off or time for yourself where you go and meditate or walk around outside. I want to say walk around in a forest, although I get that for people here in Phoenix too, and I know there's no forest. But you know what I mean, to be out there. In terms of the job thing, I feel like I want to say, the earlier caller, I said that there was 3 choices. I am getting that for you too. I feel like that the 2 choices you have now may be good, but I want to say there's something better coming. And this is all about your mindset and belief and about asking your angels for guidance. I do feel like that it's really the third thing. I don't feel like it's coming. I want to say it's coming around you in July or August. So I feel like right now it's okay for you to hang back and just kind of, I want to say wait for the next thing, because it definitely says to me about asking your angels. So I want to say tonight, ask your spirit guides about that, about the third opportunity that's coming in July. See if that resonates with you. The last thing I want to say, I got the improving health card too for you. So this suggests to me that you're doing a good job taking care of yourself, and that even though earlier I talked about the body care thing, I want to just call that out and say you're doing a good job. You're feeling better. You're getting much more stronger. You're becoming more grounded as part of this process. I feel like before you made this decision, you were just kind of floating around a little bit and all was fine, but I do feel like this is going to be much more fulfilling than it was before, because I don't feel like you're going to be working as much, maybe only 10 or 20 hours a week, real part-time, but I feel like that's just enough to keep you going and still help you make a difference in other people's lives. Does that make sense? Do you have a question about that?
I do ask the angels for help and guidance. I don't have a clear message, though. That's my only issue.
I heard that the clear message is coming. I heard right away. As soon as you said that, I heard the clear message is coming. So don't give up on that connection yet.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the clear connection is emerging. It's coming.
Yeah, I just don't want to make a mistake.
I feel, Veronica, it's going to be marriage and family counseling that you're going to be doing. I see you counseling a lot of families, and I see you counseling children, so more family counseling. And I feel the job is coming before September. So sometime in the next 2 or 3 months, you're going to be getting a job and working. You're going to get your foot back in the door and get back into the workplace and get into the counseling field. And I feel that there'll be some workshop or specialized course that you're going to be taking, some kind of workshop for counselors, to help them with their counseling career, and that's coming up in the summertime. And I feel that you're going to be working close to home, that you're not going to be far from home. You're going to be close to home and working close to home. So you are getting back into the counseling field, Veranda. And Bob, how can Veranda get in contact with you?
It's simple. You can go to my website. It is bobthepsychic.com. You can also send me an email. I am Bob, at bobthepsychic.com, or you can reach out to me on my Facebook page, and that is facebook.com/bobthepsychic.
Okay.
Oh, and my phone number, I left that out. It is, let me give you my phone number too. It's 602-325-3101.
And you could get in contact with me, Veronica, at 818-744-5241, or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show, Veranda.
Thank you both. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
I'm now going to continue my interview with Bob Stahl, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is Carolyn, area code 818. Bob, what is your best advice to someone who is just starting to read cards now?
Well, yeah, my best advice would be to be gentle with yourself. Ask your spirit and angel guides to help you interpret the cards. In some cases, I would say you can, one of the things I did when I first got my first deck is I actually slept with the deck underneath my pillow to get my energy on the deck. But I do feel like a lot of it is, one of the things I did not do is I have never looked at the books that come with the cards, so that helped me grow my intuitive skills. So I would look at the card, come up with what I believe the answer is after I asked a question, and then I would go look to see if I was right. And after the second, and right meaning, okay, the things that I said about the card or about the person were similar words that were in the book. And so when that came true, that's when I realized, okay, I'm using my intuition now, and then I stopped using the book. So definitely use your intuitive skills. Look at the picture. What is the picture telling you? What is the message that the person around you is supposed to receive? And in the beginning, I would ask myself those questions, and then I would hear. Right now, I don't need to ask that question anymore. I just automatically hear it, like in the example that in the readings we've done so far. But definitely, I would say be gentle with yourself. Pick a deck that speaks to you when you go to the store. One of the things I did is they laid out all the decks on the counter, the ones they had, and I used my left hand. I closed my eyes and I kind of ran my left hand along the pile of the decks, and I felt a sense of heat off one of them. Maybe that will work for you. That will help you pick the one that catches your eye. But definitely, because some decks don't talk to everyone, or you know what I mean. It kind of works that way. But I want to say the key is listen to your intuition. Be gentle with yourself. Ask a lot of questions to your guides, and or just in your head if you're not sure who your guides are. And you'll start hearing things. The other thing I did when I would go to bed at night, I would say in my head, what is it I learned? What is it I learned today? And what is it that I need to know for tomorrow? And sometimes I would hear a message. Sometimes I would dream a message. Or the next morning I would wake up and I would just kind of know the answers. So I feel like that's another way to become more intuitive.
That's good. And let's take our next caller, Bob, which is Carolyn at area code 818. Hello, Carolyn.
Hello, hi. Hi, Bob.
Hi, how are you? Hi.
I'm fine. Hi, Shelley. I wanted to know if I will ever find true love.
Well, the answer in my head is I got a strong yes on that. I feel like the true love is coming. And I want to say it's within the next, I got 3 years. So there's some time to go. But in terms of that time right now, I feel like you're supposed to be listening to your intuition about it and really listening to that voice and then be assertive. So in terms of that, I want to interpret that a little further and say, in terms of listening to your intuition, this is about deciding whether the person you're around, whether you really like them, and are they around you for the right reason. It's not about saying to yourself, oh my gosh, is this the guy I'm going to marry? No, because that's going to be too much weight, too much work. But I feel like if you just listen to your guides, listen to your intuition, be assertive about what it is that you want and what it is you want in the person. For example, you can make a list of, I'm thinking 5 qualities they're supposed to have, and then just keep imagining that person coming to your life, that's where the success is coming from. I definitely get that the situation is going to improve around you, especially in terms of romance. It's just about being patient, and I feel like there's a lot of trial and error right now, and that's going to be okay. At the end of the day, it's going to be okay, because you could just look at these one-shot date things as what do I want to say, like a practice date, because there's definitely, here, peaceful resolution. So the stuff that's around you, I definitely get that it's going to be getting a lot better moving forward, and it's really, this is a chance for you to really tune into what it is that you want and how it is that you want to be treated. Does that help?
That's helpful. That makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And Carolyn,
Shelley.
I feel that it's going to be someone by the name of Michael that you're going to be meeting. I kind of picked it up when we were out at the restaurant, Michael, and that he's a tall man with dark hair, dark eyes, and he's self-employed. He works for himself. He still works. And I feel that he has a house, that he lives in his own home. And I feel that there's a 2 or 3 years age difference. He's either 2 or 3 years younger than you or 2 or 3 years older than you. There's just a 2 or 3 years age difference. And I feel that he's your soulmate, that you're going to be meeting your soulmate and getting into a soulmate relationship. And I do feel that Michael will be coming in the future, and that you will be getting into a relationship, and that you will be meeting him for some type of spiritual or metaphysical event is where you'll be meeting him. So I feel that the relationship is coming. And Bob, how can Carolyn get in contact with you?
Carolyn, you can look me up or find me on the internet. My website is bobthepsychic.com. I'm also on Facebook at facebook.com/bobthepsychic. You can send me an email. Guess what it is? It's bob@bobthepsychic.com. And then my telephone number, if you'd like to call me, it is 602-325-3101.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Have
Bob.
a great day.
And thank you for calling, Carolyn.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We're now going to continue our interview with Bob Stahl on angel card reading, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 504. Bob, how do you tell if you had a good reading?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I would say the reading should resonate with you. It should make sense in an obvious kind of way. It's not something that you have to work real hard to connect the dots. I also feel like you had a good reading from someone where they said things, well, I want to say they said things that made sense to you, but also that they didn't say things like, you have a spell around you, or you need to give me all this money or anything like that, because I don't believe in any of that and I don't do that. So I would say those are the two things. The other thing I want to say, what is the other? When I do readings, people just look at me with that shocked look in their eye because of what I say. So that's how I know for me that it was a good reading. So I feel like the best way for me to explain it to someone else based on what I've seen is if it resonates with you in an obvious way, then you had a good reason. And the other thing I want to say, one more thing about that, is it's also about being open to the opportunity and open to the experience. The callers we've had have been very open to our messages. And the more open you are to receiving that message and more open you are to being connected, the easier it is for Shelley and I to connect with your energy and give you the message that you need to hear or that the angels and guides around you wish for you to hear.
And Bob, let's take our next caller, which is area code 504. Hello, 504.
Okay.
Hi, this is Mary Lou in New Orleans. And,
hello, Mary Lou.
And I was wondering if you would look at career stuff.
At career?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me draw a couple cards on that. I do feel like there's a shift coming, or there's something new around you in terms of a career that it's kind of, I don't want to say it's off the tracks yet, but I want to say in the next 3 to 6 months, I do see a shift coming. And that in terms of that, this is about you right now is the time to I feel like right now is the time for you to get more information about what it is you want, like in the next chapter, or what it is you want for the next thing to happen. I feel like you are going to have some opportunities to make a change, perhaps in August or September, and I do feel like the change might be surprising, like it might just fall on you. It's not like something you're looking for, but I do feel like right now this is about looking for signs around you to see what the next chapter is. I want to say that a lot of it has to do with you communicating clearly also to the people you work with or work for about what it is that you want so that they can see that your needs are shifting. I also feel like, I don't know how old you are, but I want to say I feel like there might be retirement coming perhaps within the next 5 years where you might decide, okay, that's enough of that, and you might go travel. And I feel like if you are traveling, it might be a road trip like in a motorhome or some kind of adventure like that. Does that make sense? Does that help?
I don't know how I could retire, but okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
There might be an inheritance or something coming your way. Is what I want to say. There might be an inheritance or something coming your way. I sensed that a little bit.
Oh, that could be. Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
And Mary Lou,
I'm going to let Shelley go.
I feel that the next job is either going to be working in nonprofit or government, that you're going to do something entirely different than what you're doing now. It's going to be a government job or working for a nonprofit organization, which would be very interesting, and both of them would involve helping people. So I do feel that that's coming up. That a job is coming up July, August, so you have about a month or two before you're working again. A job is coming up July, August, and that it's going to be a good paying job, and that you're going to like the job better than what you're doing. So you're kind of moving up the career ladder and getting into something financially lucrative and getting into something in which you could be beneficial to other people and helping people. So you're getting into a good job. And Bob, how can Mary Lou get in contact with you?
Mary Lou, you can reach out to me on my website. It is bobthepsychic.com. You can also send me an email. I am Bob at bobthepsychic.com. I'm also on Facebook at facebook.com/bobthepsychic. And you can call me at 602-325-3101. But probably the best way to catch me is online.
Okay.
And you can get a hold of me, Mary Lou, at 818-744-5241 or go to psychichorizon.com. Thank you for calling, Mary Lou.
All right, thank you.
We're now going to continue our interview with Bob Stahl on the angel cards, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 215. Bob, what is the easiest spread to learn from?
I want to say the easiest one is the 3-card spread. So the 3-card spread, when you pull them out, I would ask the deck a question like, what's ahead for me? You can shuffle the deck and then pull 3 cards. You might consider like spreading them out on the table and using your non-dominant hand, your left hand, to pull 3 cards to try to be more intuitive about it. The first card you pull is going to be past, about your past, your immediate past, what's been going on around you. The next card, the second card, is present. This is the message about what you need to know right now. And then the third card, which would be the one on the far right, that's going to be the future. So those are things that are coming up, things you need to know about as you start moving forward. And after you do put those 3 out and you get a message from all 3 of those, you can lay cards underneath all 3 the same way, starting at the left and then center and then right. And then the left card, again, that's going to be past, and then the center is going to be present, and then the right one's going to be future. And not only can you read them across, but after I usually do it after I have 9 cards in front of me, you can also read them down. So on the left column, the past column, those 3 cards going down together also form a unique message, and that would also be a message about your past. That was the spread that I learned on. There are a ton of spreads out there, but I still do use that one today. There's some other ones that I've been told or shown, and I use those too. But usually I'm doing 3 cards on all the time. That's my favorite one.
Awesome. And let's take our next caller, Bob, which is area code 215. Hello, 215.
Hello, how are you guys doing today?
We're doing great. And
Thanks
how are you?
Great. I'm doing fine, thank you for taking my call.
What is your name?
My name is Susan. I'm from Philadelphia. My question is, I'm waiting for an inheritance that's been postponed, and I kind of want to move. Do you see that coming up anytime soon?
Yes, I do feel the move is coming up. I feel like it might be coming in October, November. Really the move is up to you, and the perfect timing and opportunity, I feel like they're coming soon. The inheritance is coming in the near future. Do I have an idea? When would that be? Well, I'm hearing it might not be till next year, maybe even March, April. There is some forgiveness or something that needs to happen with that you might need to release on. I don't know if it's anger, or I don't think it's anger. I want to say it's just frustration. It feels to me like it's tied up in the courts, or it's tied up somehow. And I feel like one way that you might be able to help move it forward or find out more about it or help ease yourself a little bit, I'm getting get more information. So I want to say there, or look for a sign. There is something else out there you can find out about it that'll help clear up why this is happening and why it is taking so long, and see if you might be able to move it up. I'm still getting April of next year. But I do feel like you might move before that the move, that you still are able to move before that, perhaps in, did I say November? I feel like it's November. Does that help make sense?
Yeah, well, I could do the move before the inheritance. I just don't know why they're, like, dragging it out, but like you said, it could be tied up in the courts. Now, the move that is expected in November, would it be in the, because like I live in Bristol and the house that I want is in Langhorne. Will I be getting that house, or would I have to be going somewhere else?
No, I believe you will be getting that house. I feel like you will get that house. And I feel like there might be some months where you might get the house before you move to it, is what I get, that it might be empty for 6 weeks or 4 to 6 weeks after you get it, and then it might be empty.
Okay, yeah, it's already empty. It's my stepfather's home. He's on hospice now, and so the house is empty right now, and he's staying with my mother and my brother. And I was wondering, because where I'm at now, it's just too much drama. Where we live at now.
Right, I agree with that 100%. Yeah. And I want to say, in terms of the drama around you, I'd like you to start imagining white light. Big column of white light wrapping around your front door, all around your property, to help keep the drama out and keep the situation, I want to say, clear. The other thing I want to suggest to you, I don't know if you have a Himalayan salt lamp, but I would love to suggest seeing you get one of those, putting it in perhaps your bedroom or your living room, but I'm getting bedroom. If you put it in there and you can't sleep with it because of the vibration from it, then put it in the living room, but I feel like it's supposed to be in your bedroom. Well,
it's funny that you say that, Bob, because the people that moved next door to me, because I live in a twin home, and they bounce off the walls. I mean, they are from 6:30 in the morning till 9:30 at night. It's just constant banging, and mostly I hear it in my bedroom. They wake me up. They're like my alarm clock, 6:30 in the morning, and it's just like they pound on the doors, they slam the doors. It's just crazy.
And I would say they don't realize they're doing it. But
I had a talk with them already.
Yeah. Then they're doing
my
it on
husband
purpose.
did talk to them.
I still got the
Yeah, it's just
I definitely
crazy.
feel like the salt lamp will help calm the energy in the bedroom, and definitely imagining that white light around too may help with that too.
Oh, great! Thank you very much, Bob. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And
you have
and Suzanne.
Yes.
I feel that you will move in the future, and that you'll be happier in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. You'll be happier. That'll be a nice area for you to live. You'll be living there a long time, because I feel that your stepfather is going to need a lot of care. and will be staying with your mother and brother for a long time. So I feel that you are going to be moving. And the inheritance, I'm feeling more September, October, November. If you talk to the courts, you may be able to speed things up. But you need to talk to the court and find out what the delay is, because there is a delay.
Okay.
It's something to do with the paperwork, something that has to be signed that they haven't sent out yet that needs to be signed. It's something to do with that, so you need to find out what it is that needs to be signed to get the process started.
Okay. Now, would it be a sum of money that I'm expecting? Because this came unexpected. I didn't even think I would be getting this. It was just out of the blue. A close friend of mine that passed left me money, and I talked to the lawyer, but he said he can't quote that over the phone.
It'll be
that I would have to sign a paper.
A large sum of money.
Okay.
I feel your friend made provisions for you because over the years, when this friend was sick and ill, you helped this friend out, and the friend is grateful for all the help that they got from you. So I feel that it's a good sum of money. I'm not sure the exact amount, but it's a good sum of money, and you'll be happy with the money that you get.
Okay.
And Bob,
Thank
how
you.
can Suzanne get in contact with you?
Suzanne, you can find me at my website. It is bobthepsychic.com. I'm also on Facebook at facebook.com/bobthepsychic. You can send me an email. I am bob@bobthepsychic. And my telephone number is 602-325-3101.
And
Thank you
get
very
a hold
much.
of me. And you could get a hold of me, Suzanne, at 818-744-5241, or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling, Suzanne.
Thank you very much. You both have a blessed day.
You
You too. Thank
too.
you, dear. And
Right.
we're now going to continue our interview with Bob Stahl, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 708. Bob, what are the top decks you use and why?
Okay, that's a good question, too. So my go-to deck, one of my favorite ones, is this one, the one I spoke of earlier, called Healing with the Angel Oracle Cards. That's the one I really suggest for people who are starting new, interested in angel cards. This one just really spoke to me. It's the one that is, I want to say, the most generic of the cards I use, and it just seems to resonate well with people who are new to this or people who are looking for a generic, I don't want to say generic, but just an overall, like a general question being answered. Another deck that I really like, this one is called Angel Answers Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue. This deck is amazing. It has simple, I'll just read a little off the back. It says simple, trustworthy, and direct advice. So this deck actually has the words yes and no in it. It has information about, it says abundance, there's something better, helpful people around you, not the right time, you're ready, unlikely. So it really can answer specific questions that way. So that's a good one too. And I use that on readings when people have a more specific question and they would like me to use the cards to get the answer. The first deck I use more in a case of when people, they don't really have a specific question, they just kind of want to know what's going on around you. There's also a very special deck I use. This one is called Zebu Angelic Symbols. And Zebu is Z like zebra, I like Ida, B like Bob, U like universe. Zebu Angelic Symbols. These were put together by a woman here in Phoenix. She channeled the symbols that are on the cards, and then after that, she asked what the symbols were, and her guide said, oh, they're words. And then she got words and like an affirmation to go with them. I use these cards all the time. So any reading I do, I pick words out of this deck to tell people, and then usually, actually all the time, the words match the topic that we were speaking of, or it helps answer, go more specific into the question that I was asked. So if you watch on my Facebook page at 10:30 in the morning Arizona time, right now we're Pacific time, in the summer, I do a live tarot and angel card draw, and I do use the Zebu cards on that. So, for example, I'll pull one for you, Shelley. Hold on a second. I'll give you one. Here we go. For Shelley, she is very authentic. So your card is authenticity. I genuinely express the very core of my being. So that's a message that Shelley was supposed to hear today, and I'm happy to draw a card for other people for the next few callers we get if they would like that. So those are my 3 favorite decks.
Well, thank you, Bob, and thank you for pulling a card for me. And I'm now going to continue my interview with Bob Stahl, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 708. What is the difference about how you read the cards now versus how you did when you first started?
Oh, that's a very good question. Well, when I first started, I want to say I was more, and I want to say for people who are new starting this, I was more mechanical about it. So when I would look at them, you know, like for example on the angel, the healing with the angels deck that I use. So like here's the emerging card, and there's a picture of a woman. She looks like an angel, and she's got her hand on her face, and she's just looking off to the left. And in the beginning, I would say, oh, there's something emerging coming out of you, or something to that effect, and then I would go on to the next one. But as my gift has grown, and my intuition has gotten stronger, and the messages from Spirit have gotten louder, I say a lot more about the cards now because I hear different things. So a lot of it, to me, I've been told many times, and I know this too, I don't really need the cards to give people messages. A lot of times the cards are for the person who is sitting across from me so they can see where it's coming from. So I feel like now I'm much more intuitive about the way I read the cards and what they say. So this is why in the beginning when I said I never looked at the book, that's why, because I feel like if I did look at the book and it said, you know, X, Y, and Z about this one card, I would have that in my head and never really want to branch off because so many times the cards mean different things to different people. And one of the things that I do, because I do it intuitively, and Shelley, I'm sure you found this in your practice too, that if you had the same 3 cards in front of you for one person and then another person with the exact same 3 cards, the message you would give each of those people is something different. It's something that applies more specifically to their life. So this isn't like, well, every time this card comes up, it means exactly this. It doesn't work that way for me now. In the beginning it did because I was just learning how to do it, and now that I'm much more comfortable with the messages, comfortable in the way I speak, that's kind of how I do it, and I hope that helps, especially with people who are interested about getting their own deck and thinking about starting it on their own. I hope that helps you.
That helps. And let's take our next caller, Bob, which is area code 708. Hello, 708.
Hi, this is Lynn from Illinois. Hi, Shelley. Hi, Bob. My question is regarding
Lynn.
Okay, I'm seeking new employment.
Okay. Have you decided a career field yet? Well, actually, don't answer that one. I want to say the answer is no. I feel like you're seeking new employment and you're still kind of using the, I want to say the shotgun or the spaghetti method, like throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. The cards to me suggest that the career change is going to be a good one. It's going to be something that's going to answer prayers and help heal you in a way. That the career you're in right now, it's okay, but there's something missing. There's something else you would like to do or some other sense of satisfaction that's coming your way. And I feel like that's part of this healing thing around you because I do feel like you are definitely a people person, someone who likes to heal people in a certain way. You might be someone who heals with your words, though. I don't know that it's really by touching them, but I want to say it's with your words. The angel cards next to me are saying study. So I want to say there's still some things out there for you to decide what it is you want. And I want to say in terms of this decision, don't blame yourself that you don't know exactly what it is. The next card that popped out for me says forgiveness. And I feel like the forgiveness for you is just about, what do you mean? Like saying to yourself, well, what do you mean I don't know what I want to do? No, that's okay, because I feel like there's new choices because your vibration has increased and changed, especially over the last few years. So you're a different person now than you were when you took the job. And so now this new love, this new passion, this new excitement, I want to say this new meaning in your life is coming your way. I do feel like it's coming perhaps in the next 6 months or so, but I want to say for the next 3 months, I still feel like you're out studying and searching and trying to decide what it is. You might pick up some books or some other kind of printed material that'll help you really give you an idea of some of the various aspects of things that you've considered doing and how to turn that into money or turn that into I want to say abundance for yourself. The last card I got for you is trust. So I want to say trust the process. Be accepting about how it works, and don't have any preconceived notions about how you're going to end up, at least now in the beginning. But as you get closer to deciding and putting it out there, then for sure be specific. But I want to say right now it's all about accepting the journey and just going forward, and it's with a sense of love and kindness for yourself. And I want to say be gentle on that too. Does that help and make sense?
Oh my God, it's so accurate because I kind of do know where I'm heading. I just don't really know how to get there. And it is in healing Reiki.
Oh, good. Okay. Definitely, I could think that's why the word study is out there. So whatever that is for you. But there's plenty of abundance coming for you within the next year. It says a year from now. So, and definitely don't stop. So now that I told you what my decks are, you guys can kind of tell, how I pull them. But definitely, you're in the right place, and your power, your Reiki ability is going to get stronger too as you break free from what you're doing now. So I just see a whole bunch of excellent things on the horizon. Next year is going to be a great year for you.
Oh, thank you, Bob. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel, Lynn, that you're going to be employed by a healing center. It's either going to be a metaphysical store that incorporates psychics and healers both, or it's going to be a healing center. And it looks like that it's about 3 or 4 towns away from where you're living. So it's about 3 or 4 towns, so it's a little distant. So you are going to get a job in a healing center, and you are going to be doing Reiki. And I also feel you're going to get your third, go to the third level of Reiki, which is where you're able to teach Reiki. That you're going to be, going to your third level. That you're going to be finding either the teacher that taught you the first 2, or a different teacher for the third level, but I would try to get the same teacher because it was a good teacher that you had that taught you, a very good teacher. And you're going to be going to the third level, so you're not only going to be doing Reiki treatments on people, but you're going to be teaching people how to do Reiki. And Bob, how can Lynn, go ahead.
I just thank you, Shelley. That is just it's so encouraging for me. Thank you. And Bob.
Yes. Oh, you're very welcome.
You're welcome.
So here's how you can get in touch with me. So you can find me on my website. It is bobthepsychic.com. I'm also, you can send me an email at bob@bobthepsychic.com. I'm also on Facebook at facebook.com/bobthepsychic. And my telephone number is 602-325-3101. And I do feel like, I don't know if you have a deck of cards, but I feel like if you get one and you draw a card a day to keep that motivation going, that would be very helpful. So that card a day that you draw is a good thing.
Okay.
And you could get a hold of me, Lynn, at 818-744-5241, or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show, Lynn.
Thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I want to thank Bob Stahl for being my special guest on the Psychic Horizon Show today. I wanted to thank Tiffany White, Sage Woman of Goldilocks Production, for producing the Psychic Horizon Show. And I want to thank all the callers who participated in the Psychic Horizon Show. Thank you for being a guest, Bob.
My pleasure, Shelley. Thank you so much for having me. I wish everyone a great day, and thank you so much. Look forward to talking to all of you.
You're welcome, Bob. Have a good day. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.